Hello everybody, what's going on? We could use a sound check. We've got the microphone on there. If you can't hear us, try turning your volume up first, because we have no control over that, and we're using the mic. One person on there, who's it going to be first? Master or my mother? I don't know. Sound check. Dennis Hoffman, how are you, bud? Can you hear us all right? All right, two people. I think that everybody's enjoying summer.
I think so too.
Yeah, me too. All right, Patty, how are you? All right, we'll give everyone a few seconds here.
This is like a big vacation too.
It is. Hello, everybody. Yes, I can hear you perfect. Beautiful.
Awesome.
Okay. MasterSpas, sound is good. Okay. Sarah, how are you? So everybody, let us know where you're watching from. We always love to see that. That makes it really fun to look back at the comments and see how wide everybody is. Chris, what's up, man? How are you? Awesome. Mama, how are you, Mom? Let's see. We'll give everyone a few minutes. So as you can see, we're sitting here in an empty
Challenger 19?
Challenger 19. It is big. They are big. When people see them in person for the first time, the dual, actually it goes for all of them, but when you see the dual temp in person for the first time, people are always shocked at how big it is. It's absolutely massive. Sarah is watching from KCMO, Kansas City, Missouri. Took me a second there. I was afraid I wasn't going to get it, but it's got to be that. All right, let's see. We are in Connecticut. Actually, the weather's cooling off a little bit. It's actually a nice day. Dennis, College Station. All right, we've been there. Let's see, who else we got? 17. I think everybody's on vacation.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're going to look, it's not often that we have an empty one sitting there. If you ever go to a dealership or an expo to purchase a swim spot, this is how you're going to see them. There might be one with water, but there will be multiple empty ones for you to look at, because it is actually easier to look at them empty, and there's a lot to them. And now we actually can put the camera in here and show you. See, I can see him in the camera.
Yeah.
And we've got Captain running around acting like an idiot all day long.
He's got the zoomies today.
He's got the zoomies all day. Oh my God. Jay from Ohio. Awesome. Very cool. Cincinnati. Multiple in Ohio. That's awesome. If you guys have any questions, it doesn't have to be on the Challenger 19, anything at all. I almost want to kick myself for saying it. Chemistry, water chemistry, or install questions, that's fine. And look how big that dog is getting.
I know.
Yeah.
He desperately wants it.
He desperately wants to get in here. We cannot let him in here. So anyway, any questions you have, any subject, always fair game. We are waiting. Our new Challenger 15 is coming tomorrow. We were going to try and time this so that we could fill it and then do a startup on a brand new one on the live, but it didn't quite make the schedule. All right, I thought that would have been fun though. Everyone would have liked to seen that. Everybody freaks out about it, and watching us do it would have been the opposite of that. So we're pretty good at this point now. All right, let's see if I can swing this around and give a tour in here. So we obviously took the grates off of there. All right. I'm still not used to this.
Yeah.
I think it makes it it's good when you need the tripod, but it's sort of complicated. Okay. And then you can control. This is the hot tub side. That's Mary. All right.
It is pretty neat when it's working.
What? Oh, the gimbal?
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's not even wired. All right. Looking around. Soft tread. 6 jets. You know it's a Challenger. All right. I really want a bigger one. Teresa, which one did you get? Teresa really wants a bigger one. I'm going to tell you this, Teresa. We can't take it with us, so get what you want. We only get one shot through this world. All right? Really awesome. All right.
One thing that we talk about this sometimes, but one thing that I really like about the 19, well, other than the fact that you can have hot water in here and a little bit cooler water, although I think I'd probably have hot. But
You definitely would.
This wall is really nice.
Awesome for sitting on.
Yeah,
I totally agree. I
it's
think that's
great
one
to
of the best
sit
parts.
on it. You can, the hot tub in here is small. It does have 4 seats, but really 3 people would be pretty cozy in there. As long as you all really like each other, your legs are going to be pretty tight. But allowing this wall to be sittable really adds more seating. And, you know, you have the option to be, you know, have your legs in the cooler water or in the warmer water and, you know, be a part of whatever is happening on either side. And I really think that's a nice feature of the Trainer 19 and the Challenger 19, just so that you can have that extra seating.
All right. So Chris, whoops, the wall makes for a good place to take a nap.
That's right.
That's right.
We learned that.
John said, I don't care what you say, the MasterSpa webpage reply does not work. Cannot deliver the questions asked. John, I don't even know what you're talking about. So that makes 2 of us that don't care. All right, let's see. This is Facebook. So, Mayor, what I want to do is show some of the things that we talk about when... You want to hold this? You hold this.
I can. Is it?
Some of the things that make it hold it down on the handle, not there.
Whoops, sorry.
Pull it with your hand.
Got it.
So, is it on me?
It's on you.
Okay. So what I want to do, I want to show some of the things that make us different. First of all, the soft tread. There are a couple of companies that are copying the soft tread now, and we were the first. This is legit. The key with the soft tread, if you're going to get it and install it yourself, the problems we have typically are when it's not installed in the factory. When it's installed in the factory, it's a brand new sheet of acrylic, very easy to keep it clean. So if you want the soft tread, my suggestion is to order it with it and have the factory put it in. And it's really, I mean, ours was over 2 years old.
Oh, yeah.
We beat the heck out of that thing. Everybody's working out on it. More than normal use. Never peeled up, nothing. The one at my house, it's perfect.
Yep.
I mean, we've never seen an issue with it. I have heard about people having issues with it. A lot of times if a dealer installs it afterwards, it's very difficult to get the surface clean as it would be in the factory in that environment. It's much cleaner and it's brand new, it's never been touched. So cleaning it after it's been wet with water, it's always going to be more challenging. The results will typically not be as good, although I will say there are a couple dealers who are really freaking good at it, okay? So the soft tread is amazing. And then when it comes to our jets, this is something you never really get to show. So these little gaskets on there, can you see it? Can you, is it clear enough to see?
I think so.
So this little gasket, every manufacturer around pretty much uses caulk in there. And that caulk, it's caulk, it's not perfect, you know, and I don't care what kind of caulk you use, caulk will eventually crack. So the whole claim to fame here, when we went to this gasket system, every new and this is, I'm picking on everyone, including us, every manufacturer has had a situation where the swim spa or hot tub was built in warm climate and then shipped to someplace really cold, and you get an expansion or contraction or vice versa. And if that cracks, you'll have a brand new tub with a jet leak. And to be the customer in that situation, people freak out. And I get it, you know, but you got to understand there's a lot of plumbing here, there's a lot of components, a lot of moving parts here. But going to that gasket pretty much stopped that. Our rate of a leak on a brand new unit from a manufacturer's perspective and level is absolutely minuscule, okay? So that's one of the things, it's a huge deal, and they work really, really well, and it minimized those sort of problems. And then at the 10-year mark, you're gonna start having these, or it's possible for them to start leaking with that stuff. Where we see, you know, you always read on the forums, I wanna go to Florida or I wanna go to wherever for 3 months. Is it okay if I leave it dry? When you dry a swim spa or a hot tub out, any manufacturer, that's when you're gonna have those issues. You're gonna have caulk start to dry out prematurely. You're gonna have issues earlier than you would have normally, and you wanna try to avoid that, okay? And that's industry wide, okay? These are all your lights, and then everyone, when they peek in here, it's overwhelming how big it is in the dog. Are you done? You being a dummy today? So you've got all this stuff in here, and I think the video doesn't really fully do it justice, but right where Mary's feet are is where you sit for the rowing. And these little connections, this is where it plugs in, it clips in, and then this is how you release it right there. Okay.
Sorry, we've got some questions on here.
Okay, we'll get there.
Yeah.
And this is where it hooks up, and you sit and you row from that direction. But this is the stuff. It's very difficult to show this stuff when there's water in here. We got questions? What you got?
All right. Teresa, in terms of pricing, just contact your local dealer for pricing. They
Yeah,
will
sort
be
of-
able to give.
Sort of impossible for us to answer that.
Yep. And let's see.
You are an idiot. Dog.
Cancel. Cancel. Let's see. Can you suggest a dichlor that has worked best for you that is from Milta?
From what?
Just maybe a brand of a dichlor?
You know what? We've got the Protein right now, and I've used that for years and years. Love the company, but I will tell you this. And those of you who've listened to us before, yeah, sometimes you know what? See,
Yeah.
look at your hand. You're holding it crooked, so it just gets crazy sometimes.
Yep. Sorry, everyone.
This dog is. I don't know what's annoying me more, that gimbal or the dog. So what happens is if you get, I won't name names, but if you go to a box store and you get their chlorine products, it's not the right percentage. And I have had a bad batch of chlorine before that didn't work. If you buy your chlorine from a reputable dealer for a hot tub dealer, they will have good stuff. So it really doesn't matter the brand. It should all be the same, but just stay away from your box stores.
Milta, we also suggest putting ice in. Although leaving the cover up, she's saying she leaves it open a little bit. It's still too warm. She's in South Florida. Put some ice in, bags of ice, or...
You could do the ice. I mean, I think you need to leave it open, a good amount at nighttime to get that to cool off, And then the other thing is that if your filtration settings are turned up really high, it can leach some of that heat from that pump into the water and actually warm the water up. So there's a couple components there. If you've got, like we've got a 7.2 over there, and we have a swim spa over here. We run about 6 hours, maybe 8 hours a day maximum. So it's not running that much. If you've got it set at 24 hours, it's going to heat that water.
Right.
Absolutely, that's one of the things that can happen. So just leave the cover open a little more. Try it a little bit more open. Watch out for critters in Florida.
Yeah, Rhonda, you might need to contact your dealer and their service to help you with that screen if it's not working. That shouldn't be an issue.
Mary's scrolling through questions.
Okay, yes, all right, that's it.
Okay,
So Ben, can you show, I know you showed how those jets come out. Can you show how, therefore, they're interchangeable?
Sure. This is about to do it. Let's turn around.
Yeah. Oh, Chris. Sorry, everyone. I'm not good with this gimbal. This is the first time that I've actually held it.
It is weird. It's weird. Now this button here steers it.
Yeah, I know. Right now, we're very close up on your face.
Come on.
Sorry. Chris Hoops was talking about the awesome Master Blaster. Sorry, I'm giving this back to Ben. The Master Blaster foot jet in the...
You guys should see her holding this stupid camera.
Yes, it is awesome. It's one of my favorite things about this swim spa. I'm handing this over to Ben now. It is still facing you.
All right.
I can show how they're interchangeable.
Show us.
All right, so because of the gaskets, you're able to remove these jets, and this is very similar to our Twilight line hot tub. They're the same type of jets, and you have 3 different types in this size and in the big jets. You have this deep tissue jet. This deep tissue jet that is directional, so you can point it to where you want it to hit. And then there's this gentle, kind of like a shower head. It's a flare-out jet, and that is also directional. And then you have, that was the seat. You have this. Let's see if we can get this one out. I can't get this one out. It's too big. But this spinner jet, and by size, you can move them to different spots throughout the tub to really customize your seat. And that's really unique to the Trainer Series 15 and up. and the Twilight series hot tubs. So it's really awesome.
Right on. Okay. Yeah, this thing it is sort of cumbersome. Captain, what are you doing, buddy? You just hanging out? Well, now you're being calm for the first time today. Thank you. All right. So, Michael, let's see. I'll put this back on me. Wide enough for that. Ooh. We've got the camera sitting on the wall, although the gimbal doesn't love it. Sorry.
We're still getting used to this new tripod that we have.
Pretty,
It's supposed to be really awesome, but we haven't figured it all out
okay.
yet.
How much? I don't know. How much? Mine just got delivered today, Rhonda. Oh, that's awesome. I think I saw a post. Did you post that in Facebook somewhere? I know someone was getting theirs today that I saw. Is there a model that has a bigger tub and swim area? Bigger than the 19-footer? Definitely not. If you want to, you can look at, what would you do, like a 15-footer and then a large
do
hot
a larger
tub.
hot
So
tub.
we've had a lot of customers do that as well, where you can just get 2 separate units, and it's the same amperage, so there's no difference. Because a dual temp, this is a question that we get a lot. Your dual temps, they will still require 2 50-amp services because you have 2 heaters in there. Whereas if you have separate units, it's 50 and 50. It's the same amperage, but you have a hot tub that is, you can get an 8x8 hot tub. Captain, shush. All right. So, and then what I wanted to show, you can get down there, Mary, because you don't want to hold the camera.
Get down
Get in there.
into the beaker.
Yep. Right now the microphone is sort of annoying me. So you want to talk about the 6 jets and how they are,
yeah.
nobody knows, they're actually a little bit adjustable.
Yes, so there is some adjustability, just like the directionality of the smaller jets. There is some directionality with the swim jets. And in the Challenger, you have 6 jets, which means that it's a wider swim current, and you have 3 pumps in the Challenger. 1 pump, we've gone over this lots of times, but is just for the swim, and that has a low speed and a high speed. And then in the Challenger series, you have 2 variable speed pumps that go from 0 to 25. Either one of those pumps you can adjust from 1, 2, 3, and that is for the Challenger. And you also can divert one of those pumps to this stand-up panel, which Ben was showing earlier, which is just for stand-up therapy. So for me, I can get my shoulders, my low back. If I'm on my front, I can get my quads and my shoulders in the front. So it's really a great knees. I really like to put my hands and my wrists on here. It's a great panel just for therapy.
And you can see, if you look, Mare, stand right up to those lights.
Oh, yeah.
The water line is about an inch above those lights.
Yeah.
That's where I like it. So you can see this is on Mary. Mary
is deep on me.
Mary is very small. She is 4'10", and this is.
But my head is still out of the water.
Right.
It comes right about neck height, top of my shoulders.
Okay. And then, of course, on the 19, you also have the front area, which is nice. The soft
It
tread
is
up there
nice,
looks
yeah.
nice, but people will sit up there. You're not supposed to jump off there, although we know it happens. I certainly have never done that.
And then over here you have the filter system, and in the Challenger you have 3 filter housing. They each have a skimmer in your door, I guess you can say. And in the 19 you're going to have 1 filter. You have your paper filters, and one of your paper filters will have a mineral cartridge.
Yep.
And this is our EcoPur mineral system, which uses copper and zinc to help clean the water and really to help limit how much chlorine you need to use on a regular basis in the swim spot or in a hot tub. And they easily come out, they just screw into place, and then you fit your skimmer back and you slide your door into place.
Look at that weirdo.
He's desperate to come in this
He wants in so badly.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting side eye. What is wrong with you, buddy? All right. So, okay. Now, and then the other thing in the jets, you have this plate, the VIP injector plate, the big black plate. It's not just for looks, although it is attractive. What we're trying to do here is, if you can see the spacing, we're spacing these jets out of the water, and it gives that water, it stabilizes, gives us some extra boost on the water, and it helps stabilize the returns, and you don't get this weird swirling of water up in the front. The swim quality of the Challenger is just absolutely awesome, and I guess I'm comfortable saying that it's probably among my favorite.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, I think so.
It's just really fantastic.
You know, in the dual temperature unit, although we're all in summer right now and everyone says they don't use a hot tub in the summer, I do. I love it. The dual temperature really allows you to enjoy this all year round. And you have two separate heaters. So in the swim area, you can keep it warmer so that you're able to do your swimming exercises or your aquatic exercises all year round at a comfortable temperature, and you still have the benefit of a year-long hot tub, and it's just all one unit. So it's really beneficial for people who really want to use a swim spa all year round. You have the benefit of cooler water when you want it, warmer water when you want it in one unit.
I have two questions for you, Mary.
Yes.
One is, can you just go in the hot tub side in the wintertime if you just want to pop in there?
So you can just go in the hot tub section. You can open up just 1/4 of your cover and just get in the hot tub. However, you cannot drain.
That's the next question. You can't skip ahead. You knew where I was headed. Okay, stop. Shh.
Okay, ask it.
Can you winterize just the swim side in the wintertime because you don't want to get in the colder water?
You cannot.
Question we often get, and
Yes.
tell us why.
The filtration system is all connected.
How?
In both units.
Do you know how?
I don't know how. I just know that they
I'm going to
are.
keep pushing till I get to the end of what you're comfortable with. Okay, there's a pipe that goes from the filtration over here to over there that will tie the two together, and that also helps to level between the two sides. So you cannot, because it is actually attached. Okay, I'm about to take this stupid thing off air. Okay, so we got some questions.
But just in terms of that, a lot of people are concerned about.
Hey, sorry everybody. There we go.
A lot of people are concerned about
That's what's going on with that thing. I don't even need it. I'm taking it off. We're a manual.
efficiency and using, it's a large body of water essentially. But the way that MasterSpas insulates our hot tubs and swim spas especially, it makes it so that these are very efficient for year-round use. The cover is going to seal all of your heat and moisture in, and you have that insulation fully insulated on the inside of this swim spa. It's an open cell isonine insulation that makes it very reasonable and low cost to keep both sides, even in a 19-foot, up and running and even heated all year round. So a lot of times we've had customers come back and say that they spend less money heating their swim spa for an entire year than they did heating a large swimming pool for just the summer.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's, the way that these are insulated, the way that the walls are double lined, and the cover really keeps all of that heat and moisture in, makes for a very efficient, low cost system that can be used all year round without having to winterize part of it.
Okay, I need you here. We got a question.
Okay.
I'm gonna reverse this on us.
Yep.
So my fingers just don't
Yeah.
work to do that. See more. There we go. I don't know, but how does it work for you every time? I don't know. Okay, so in the Challenger 15, how do you engage the control panel on the swim spa? When I touch the panel, I get.
Oh, you need to just slide. It's like a slide.
It's like a lock, like a phone lock, and you just slide it over. Some of them they
And
have
that
little different
opens
designs
it.
on there.
Yeah,
you
a
have to
couple of
unlock
them
it.
have. Yeah.
It's like a phone lock. I'm assuming that's what you.
Yes, I believe that is.
Okay, Rhonda, yes. What else do we have? We're checking for questions. Deb, hello. Okay, Mary is getting photobombed. I use the hot tub. Chris, I'm assuming you're talking about in the warm weather. I'm all about it.
Yeah,
I'm all about
absolutely.
it. My aches and pains don't go away in the summer. All right.
And at nighttime too, it's cool. So a lot of times it hasn't been, but it's still nice. Like our new swim spot.
Glue spilled on threads where the filters. Huh? Let me read that again there, Frank. Like our new spa, except for the glue spilled on the threads where the filter screws in. Managed to get the filter threaded correctly after quite a few attempts. Good.
Yeah.
That was probably silicone, and they, unfortunately, they're
And
made,
I was just
they're
gonna
made in
say,
Fort Wayne, not in Thailand,
sometimes,
but-
right? Sometimes that happens here too with the
All right. we
what do you call this? Where the row bars connect, and we've had people complain that there's a little bit of glue in there, and they can't, and it's just silicone, and you
Yep.
just kind of have to
get it out of there.
Get
Dig it
it
out of
out.
there. Carefully
Yeah.
dig it out.
same
Okay.
thing.
So we got. Can you recap the bend method for the 19D for dichlor? Okay. Robert Sarbone. All right. Kenny, love my 18D Pro. Hate my beginning stroke form.
My stroke form is really bad too. Don't feel bad.
Yep. Let's see. The spot you're both in seems a little low on water. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit low. Let's see. All right. Now they're coming in fast. Let me
Yeah.
back up here. Okay. So bend
Oh.
method. All right. You want to hold this?
Sure.
Okay. It'll be easier. It'll be normal. I would just turn it around. Then you can read the questions. Okay.
Yes.
You looked perplexed. Okay, guys, the bend method receives, accolades and hate. Here's the thing. If someone has had a spa for 2 years and they know what they're doing, there's no benefit to them because they already know what they're doing. The problem that we see is the learning curve day one. So the whole point of this bend method, which I didn't come up with the name, I would love to know who did, is that it makes it so that the water is clear very easily. That's it. And then from there, you can adapt to using more oxidizer, with whatever your schedule is. So there's two, the one method that is recommended by MasterSpas is to use a small amount of non-chlorine shock after each use and then chlorinate once per week. Now, the problem that people have with this in the beginning is they don't use enough chlorine, their chlorine drops, and the water gets cloudy, and they don't understand why, okay? So that's the disconnect on the official method, is that people aren't using enough chlorine, and then if it drops a little south and you use non-chlorine shock, then your water gets cloudy, okay? The cloudy water, if it's their first week of owning a hot tub, a 19, a 15, it doesn't matter which one. If that water gets cloudy, people lose their minds, okay? So I want you to think of it this way. If I had to make the most dummy-proof thing that I could come up with, it's to use the smallest amount of different products, right, to get your mind
Yep.
around. So use chlorine, use a little extra. Every time you get out, leave the covers open, let it off gas out of there. Now, sometimes you'll hear people say, well, the oxidizer off gas is in there. Here's the thing, if you use chlorine on a situation, chlorine off gases too into the atmosphere. So it's not just oxidizer that does that. Your ozone does it too, but no one ever talks about that stuff. But let's not get too technical. So bend method is using a small amount of dichlor, and it would have to be on each side in a 19-footer because you have dual temps. Even though the water's connected, it's not filtering through
Right.
the connection. And then from there, and I do recommend you running an oxidizer once a week. And then from there, once you're confident in that and you understand what they're doing, then you can go to the recommended one if that's what's comfortable for you. I have always done it the way I've done it. It works well. My water always looks perfect. I don't use the test strips. I don't care what they say. My water's perfect. Everything I've had lasts, and my finishes are perfect. My soft tread is perfect. There's nothing wrong. And once in a while, we'll take a test strip and pop it in there, and everything is locked in place and perfect. Okay? And then we change the water when we're supposed to. It's very easy. So the bend method is sort of monkey-proof in the beginning. Once someone has had a spa for a couple of years, honestly, I don't really care to help them because if they haven't figured it out by then, they're never going to. If we're being honest, right? How much time do you need to get used to it?
Right.
But it's frustrating that first week, and we're
Sure.
super sensitive to that.
Yeah.
That's what makes people, geez, did I make a mistake? This
Right.
thing is like having a monkey on my back. I can't stand it. When it's easy and it's awesome. Ben Method makes it easy. You're just using, almost one product, and then once a week, put some non-chlorine shock in there, the correct amount for the gallons, and let it off gas into the air. You'll be perfect. Okay? When you're comfortable, transition over. All right?
Yeah. We have another question from Corey, who would like to know the wood frame durability of the swim spa.
So our warranty's 10 years. Never seen, let's see, how long have I been around? 12?
Yeah. 10 years, 12 years,
10,
yeah.
12 years. I've never seen a wooden frame crack, except for once. It was on a truck and hit a bridge on the highway. That one cracked. So, I will say this, and we used to make an actual automotive grade, powder coated, thick metal, not this Galvalume cheap stuff, real steel. Our steel frame was legit. People tended to not really buy it, but here's the thing, what I have seen, I've seen steel frames that were near the shore actually rot out. We don't make it anymore, and there's a reason. It didn't last any longer, and it was expensive and super labor intensive. So now you've got a few companies out there that use this thin stuff. If you've ever seen a commercial building being constructed, and they use metal studs, you could actually grab one and squeeze it. They're flimsy. They get strong when they're all built like that. So that's what they're using. They're not using steel. A steel frame is misleading because they're not. As far as I know, the only company that ever did a real steel frame was us, although there could be another one out there that I'm just not familiar with, so I'm not saying we're the only ones, the only one I'm aware of, but I'm intimately familiar with what we did. So wood frame, for me, all day long.
Yep.
No question, no problem. It's built just like a house. You have plastic on the bottom for a vapor barrier. You have pressure treated underneath,
Base.
above that base, and then pine up, just like your house is. How long does a house last?
Right.
Same.
Yep.
What else
Okay.
you got?
I think that's all of the questions that we've had so far. That same person did say that they purchased a 3-year-old 19 deep used, and that the floor mats are coming off. And yep, you can
Leave it dry. It could have left
it
dry
could have
longer.
been, and I mean they're stickers essentially.
Yeah.
They're big giant stickers. So eventually they could come up. They can be replaced.
I mean, they feel good even. walking
Yeah, I
around
was just gonna say they do. Yeah,
They
and they're
feel
just
better.
they
It's
do.
nice. It's very
And
nice.
I mean, if you need to replace it, that's not really a big issue.
Yeah, for sure.
We have mildew. I'm not sure what that means. What can we do to get rid of it? Patty, I'm not sure what that is.
Inside of the cover, maybe?
We have a mildew smell?
Smell?
Mildew smell? Maybe? Mildew smell. Where is the mildew smell? Is it on your cover, maybe? I'm not sure.
Well, address it like this. If you're in the water and you smell mildew, could be on, clean around the top. It could be from the cover. Get a vinegar-based something and clean around the top. And then
She says it's the water.
Okay, get some oxidizer in there.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you start to smell your water and your chlorine level is good, you probably need to run an oxidizer. That's non-chlorine shock. Put the proper amount in there, turn the jets on, air off, and then leave the cover open, and it should off-gas all that junk into the atmosphere. What you can't do, and I actually learned this more recently, if you close the cover when you put the shock in there, you're off-gassing, and then it's just bouncing
Right.
back in. So the cover must be open for the non-chlorine shock, and it's something that seems obvious. And meanwhile, when I read about that, I'm like, geez, I never really thought about it
Right.
that way. And I've been doing this a long time, so we're all still learning. Nobody knows everything. Beware of the person who says they know everything.
Right. Tom, you do not have to do anything to the wood to help preserve it.
No.
The base is pressure treated, which is what is going to be hitting any kind of water or anything.
The big thing is you want to put. Is that the one who bought the used one?
No.
So what you want, the biggest thing you could do for your frame and your structure is to put it on a good cement base. That's the best thing you can do.
I noticed, this is someone else, Scott, I noticed a hairy fuzz-like substance growing by the intake below the VSPs. Is that a chlorination issue? I think I might drain and refill at that point.
So I'm going to give you a solid, I have no idea on that. That would be a first for me. If it's on the returns and you do get some suction there, could it be something weird that floated into the water?
Right.
It just got pulled there? Because I get at home on the one that's outside, I get the leaves and the little helicopters.
Yeah.
And they all get stuck to that return. And then when I vacuum, I go and actually under the water. And
Right,
clean
right,
and
yeah.
stuff out. And the stuff gets yucky when it lives under the water for a
Sure,
long time.
yeah.
So that's for sure. But I don't know that it's something growing or something that was introduced, that was organic into the swim
Yeah.
spa. Tough for me to answer that.
And best method for cleaning water spouts, Windex vinegar cleaner is amazing.
Let me turn the camera on. So we have a product shout out, and Mary's going to deliver it to the most fantastic product, and then tell the story about the in Fort Wayne.
So I happened to look at the owner's manual, which is honestly a really amazing resource. And it recommended for, people were asking about cleaning the shell. Is there anything to use to clean it? And vinegar is the best cleaner for it, maybe mixed with water. I'm not really, I don't love cleaning. I like to make it as easy as possible. And we actually...
Wait, how many people do you know love cleaning?
I don't know, but I like to make it easy if I can. I also don't like cleaners that smell awful because, Mom, I apologize for saying this, but my mother used to make us clean with ammonia when we were younger, and it was like the worst thing ever. So, anyway, Windex makes a vinegar cleaner. It's a clear cleaner. It smells really clean, and it's just spray. It's clear, it has vinegar in it, and it works amazingly on the fixtures in the swim spa, on the shell, on the lights, on the jets. It really brings out the shine, makes it look brand new. It helps if you use a Mr. Clean Magic Erase with it. It takes off any, sometimes you'll get rust looking marks. It takes all of that away. We did recently a photo shoot in Fort Wayne with MasterSpas. We went to a home that some of the fixtures just needed shining. They've been using it.
It was a few years old.
Yeah, it was an older swim spa, and it just needed some
love.
sprucing up.
Needed some love.
And Susan, our wonderful friend from MasterSpas, got that cleaner because I had recommended it, and it is her new favorite cleaning product because of how amazing
it was.
Ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. She probably put 30 minutes, maybe an hour into cleaning that swim spa. It looked brand new. I mean, it was awesome. The stuff is, you couldn't get a bigger recommendation from us.
Yeah.
What is it again?
It's just Windex vinegar cleaner.
We could show it, actually.
Yeah. I can go grab it.
You want to run and get it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got a couple questions while you grab that.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the info. Also like that swim spa shirt. Thank you, Corey. It's the one by your feet right now. Scott, I don't know what that is, man. I'm not sure about that. It could be something that was introduced to the water. Could be something growing. If it's something growing, I might think about changing that water. Let's see. Let me turn this around. Okay. Where do I buy oxidizer? Anywhere you can buy proper spa chlorine, Patty. So your dealer, online, wherever. You need a non-chlorine shock. So if you're running dichlor, which you should be, you would want to use, because there's chlorine shock, and it's confusing as heck.
This is what we use, protein oxidizing shock. It looks like this, just so that you know.
Yep.
And this is the Windex. We are not sponsored by
We are not.
either of
We are
these
not
folks.
sponsored by Winterize. Although this is the best
Yes.
thing ever.
It is, and even
It's-
in
and
your
it's-
home,
yeah.
it's awesome. They also make a glass one too. So.
Oh, so I
But
hate the smell of
You don't
vinegar.
need to use the glass one.
No. I hate the smell of vinegar, and that, when I get it on my hands, it's not strong enough for me to care, and I don't like vinegar. All right, let's see. It does work well. Well, let's see. Every time I use shock, my pH levels increase, and is it the shock that's causing that? Tough for me to say without being there. Could cause that to go up because it's definitely going to bring your chlorine. It kind of re-energizes your chlorine, so it's possible it could do that too. This is one of those questions where everybody's water geographically is a little different, so it's not just about what works for us here. It's also learning your water because everybody's water is a little bit different. But I would wonder if that would sort of settle back down on its own if it went high and did it go too high. So I would wonder that. Let's see. Water spout cleaning method, no question about that. Use that vinegar-based cleaner. I think that's 440. We're about it.
Yeah.
Should we give a sun warning after all of my recent hunks of skin removal?
You can.
Okay, everybody. So everybody here has got a swim spa outside. I'm not a sun worshiper in any way. Obviously very fair-skinned. So yesterday I've had surgery here. I had basal cells removed all over. 6 more biopsies yesterday. Get yourself a UV shirt, get out in the sun, protect yourself, do a good job, because what we're dealing with now is a pain in the butt, okay? That's what those little guys are, all sun damage, all right?
So we will see everyone in 2 weeks, normal. I believe it is Wednesday, August 24th.
Kenny, debris in the water spout, use a zip tie.
Oh, good idea.
Zip tie. It wasn't my idea. I copied that from someone. Might have been Mike.
Yeah.
Maybe, I'm not sure. Someone on the Facebook page, it's just a zip tie to kind of poke it in there, and sometimes you'll get some silicone in there, and that will clean that right out of there. Okay.
So 2 weeks, August 24th, we will see everyone then. Thank you for joining us in our Challenger 19 Deep today.
Yep. Next time, we can't wait 2 weeks to start.
Yeah.
I really would have loved to do the startup on a Facebook Live. That would have been fun. So
Maybe we could do a hot tub startup. We might be able to do
maybe
that.
we
We'll think
could.
about it.
Okay.
See you
If
guys
you guys
in
have
2 weeks.
ideas, questions, put them on here. We'll always be back to check them.
Or ideas of something that you'd like to see on
Yeah,
Facebook
if you guys
Live.
want to
We love
request
that.
something, we love that too. All right, you guys be good. We'll see you in 2.